I'm Big is an online talk show sharing what's working in a big way. It is about redefining what it means to be big. Welcome to I Am Big, where you and I redefine big. Today we have a very special guest with us, Jean. Welcome, Jean.
Thank you.
Jean ran 26 races this year in remembrance of the 26 people who lost their lives at Sandy Hook Elementary School during the shooting. Out of those 26 people, 20 were children. So first of all, we want to take a moment here to remember each of the people and the children who lost their lives. How were you connected to the Sandy Hook community before the shooting happened?
So I grew up in Connecticut, and in the town over from Newtown where Sandy Hook is. But my two sisters have settled there as adults and with their families, and each of them have two children. So when I go home to Connecticut, I go home to Sandy Hook. But we lost one of the children who was very close to my niece, one of her closest friends, and a really close friend of my sister and brother-in-law, as well as some other children that she knew. So it was a very personal, small town Connecticut. This happened to my family.
It is beyond imagination.
Yeah.
It really is something which I don't think any parent, any children, anybody needs to go through. So, but what inspired you to do these 26 races?
There were really two things. One, the first was when it happened, Ann Curry from NBC News inspired America to do 26 acts of kindness. And so I took that journey, and I made these chocolate covered pretzels. I bagged them up with the name of every child and teacher, and I gave them out to strangers on the day that I went home to Connecticut for Christmas, which was a week after the shooting. And it was such an amazing experience that I said, how do I keep doing this? Do I keep doing 26 acts? How do I keep making a difference? And
that's beautiful, by the way.
It truly was, and the people that I met along the way. So I also knew it was close to New Year's. I was struggling with what are my resolutions going to be. I moved to Chicago 6 years ago and gained 30 pounds. Wasn't running like I used to.
Let's not talk about weight today.
Well,
I mean, hello. Right. But anyway, back to you. No.
But not focus on the weight. I stopped running. It was something I used to be very passionate about. And so I knew I was going to start running in the new year. And literally the night before the first race that a good friend of mine, my friend Rob, had convinced me to run, I was pinning the race bib onto my t-shirt and said, why am I doing this? And how do I make this part of a goal for the year? And I said, I'm going to do 26. I'm going to do one for every child and every teacher. Wow. In that moment, it just came to me. And I did that first race for Anna. It was the Polar Dash 10K. I hadn't run 6 miles and I don't even know how long. But it felt so good to know I was doing it for someone else. And I said, if this keeps me focused for the year, and I can do 26 races in 12 months, sure, you know, that's doable. Then I'll meet my goal. Then I'll lose some weight. I'll feel better about myself. I'll get back into the running that I used to love.
We're going to take a short break, and once we're back, we will talk to lovely Jean here about how this experience has impacted her life. No human being deserves to be told that they are small, because that ain't the truth. After being told that I was too fat to do anything and I will not make it, I made it, and I made it big, both professionally and personally. Now it's time to do something bigger, and I'm going to do it with you. I know I am big, and so are you. I Am Big is an online talk show sharing what's working in a big way. It is about redefining what it means to be big, to dream big, to act big, to grow big, and to share big. Because big goes way beyond size. Big is who we are and how we live. We are traveling around Chicagoland and beyond to bring you stories of everyday people doing big things. Join our movement today on iambig.com and share with us on Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter. Sending you a hug from Chicago. Welcome back, everyone. Here we are with the lovely Jean, who's going to talk to us more about how this experience has changed or impacted her life. So were you trying to remember each human being who lost their lives? Were you trying to celebrate their lives through this process? What exactly were you trying? What was in your mind when you were doing this?
Well, I knew I wanted to focus on creating positive where there was so much hurt. This is incomprehensible, but I wanted to bring joy to my life, to my family's life. I wanted to celebrate each child for who they were and for how their families will always remember them, and just
just want to bring joy.
Yes, turn it into something positive. And that was really the whole reason that I kind of got focused on the kids.
It's amazing. Jean has the 26 races, and based on what we had talked earlier a little bit, you chose the races themed to the lives of the people. Jean, can you tell us a little bit more, and to get a complete list of all the races Jean's run and the themes, you can visit our website, but I would love to hear a couple more.
It was really important to me to find a race that was meaningful for each child or for each teacher, or to find the connection, if you will. And so I chose most of the races very carefully. I ran a half marathon in Little Rock, Arkansas, and I did that for Jessica, who loved horses. And the race was, it was a lucky half marathon, so it was a horseshoe themed race and cowboy themed. I also did the Run for Boston up north in Libertyville, here in the Chicago area, and that was for Chase. And Chase always wanted, he was a runner, he was a triathlete at 6 years old, and always wanted to run the Boston Marathon. But I found something about each one that I could find a race that would identify. And in a lot of cases, the All Sports for Kids race was another one where that one actually benefited children who couldn't afford sports in their community. So if there was a charitable cause, it just made it even better.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
And sitting here, I can feel it, and I want to share it, and I'm sure that each viewer watching today wants to say thank you, because you are showing us a way to use our lives purposefully. What impact has this had on your life?
Oh, it's tremendous. It's big, if you will. It's the relationships that I have reconnected in my personal life. I reconnected with a friend from high school I hadn't seen in 24 years. And she is running now, and she continues to tell me, and just the one message she sent me where she said, "You've changed my life. You have no idea what you've done." Wow. Yeah. Wow. I didn't set out on that journey, but I have inspired people, because they tell me I've inspired them to run, I've inspired them to do their first 5K. It has filled me up with such joy and made me feel whole again, if you will.
It's beautiful. Now, I would like to run. No, I don't know.
Oh, now you got it.
Oh my God! So I have done a 5K, but I pretty much walked it, but I did it. Oh, David, I'm so moved by what you've done that I just forgot about this, but this is our I Am Big bracelet, because you are very big.
Thank you.
And wonderful.
Thank you.
So hope you love that.
I will cherish it.
And carry this forward, move this forward. For everybody watching today, join our movement. Visit our website at iambig.com. Visit us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest, and keep watching. We love you here at I Am Big. Thank you so much. Thank you.